Rusty Ship from Rusty Ship here, everybody. And today I'm going to be talking to you about our song Helter, Skelter from the Mortal Ghost album. Now, obviously, despite what I may say live in concert, we did not write this song. And I always like to have a little fun with it and be like, hey guys, now we're gonna play a song by the Rolling Stones. Let's see if you recognize this one. Or I'll be like, any Beach Boys fans out there? I don't know if people even get it or not, but Helter Skelter was written by the Beatles, people. Ever heard of them? The Beatles with an A. So Beatles are my most influential band. So I was like, man, gotta do a Beatles song, man. So this song, I had actually constructed this in GarageBand several years ago. Just like I felt like when I listened to Helter Skelter for the first time by the Beatles, it has like this, this energetic build-up. And for me, the climax never came. It never exploded. It was always kind of like feeling like there was something there, something building. But I felt like that song, the 1968 version of Helter Skelter by the Beatles, it never tapped into its true potential or the true energy there. And I was like, man, it just like has this potential. And I set out to do what I envisioned with the song originally and bring out that ultimate potential, raw energy that I felt was in the original, but because of the time or the technology at the time, it wasn't attained. So that's what I was trying to do when I was constructing Helter Skelter. Make it like this all-out, in-your-face, raw, grungy, punk rock jam. And I think that we really achieved that. This is definitely one of our fan favorites for when we play it live. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, what'd you think of the show? They'll be like, oh man, your cover of Helter Skelter blew my mind. And I'm like, cool, what do you think of the originals? They're like, oh, it's cool, man, I guess. But people like Helter Skelter is what I'm saying. This song, I was like, okay, if we're gonna cover Helter Skelter, we gotta do it right. And so many people cover this song, but when I was listening to the other versions of Helter Skelter, they're basically more or less the same as the Beatles version. It's just an updated version. It's like, oh wow, a woman's singing it, or oh wow, you have more distortion, or whatever. But the songwriting itself is pretty much the same. So I was like, nah, I want to do something different. I want to change it up, increase the energy, kind of like if the Beatles were playing this song in modern day with modern technology and after the grunge movement and all that. What would Helter Skelter look like if the Beatles were doing it? And so I think it would look something like the way we did it. Even the ending of it, where it kind of has that ending riff jam at the end, it kind of correlates to the Beatles' original version, which has that kind of like long, unending jam session that keeps fading in and out. But yeah, I definitely listened to every single version of Helter Skelter I could find on YouTube or anywhere else. And I was like, okay, how can I make the ultimate version of Helter Skelter? And occasionally somebody would do something that was kind of cool, but most of it was just kind of the same old stuff. But then occasionally I'd hear something and I'd be like, oh, that's a cool idea, that's a cool idea, that's a cool idea. And I tried to like incorporate it into our version, which is like the ultimate culmination of Helter Skelter power. So that's the gist on Helter Skelter. Definitely check it out. Any Beatles fans out there, I think it's gonna blow you away. So check it out, Helter Skelter on Mortal Ghost.